I've got my iPhone set up on a little stand over here, and you're looking at a profile shot of my desk, which you might notice is really not a dedicated desk. It's actually a sewing table here. If you remember two things, one is get the eyes level with the monitor, and two is get the elbows level with the desk. And then we'll look at contact stresses after that. So my eyes, you can see I'm working off the old laptop here, and it's pretty far low. So kind of looking around, what have I got in my environment that could help me bring these up to a good position? And you know, here's some old textbooks that I happen to have laying around, and I think I'm gonna need to go one more. So I'm gonna lift the laptop up onto the textbooks here. And so now I'm a little bit better position with the eyes. Looking good. I'm gonna angle that more like I like it. Good. But I'm still not in a good position. My elbows are pretty low. So again, looking around, what have I got in my immediate vicinity? Got the couch over here, and I'll put the cushion to elevate my elbows. Elevating here, but also that lumbar curve that I was talking about. I got this ratty old pillow that I save basically just for this purpose only. And this again, like the blinds, will require constant adjustment. That's just the workaround that we're working with. This is not a desk. This is a standard table with a drawer, and it's got a little drop down. And I'm actually getting a little contact stress from the top here. So I'm kind of balancing between getting my elbows to the exact right perfect height or experiencing this contact stress to the top of my thighs. And it doesn't feel like it's a big deal, but after about an hour, I can feel, and it starts to hurt, and it gets a little bit numb right here. So it's a big balance. Now, all right. So I'm working, balancing the contact stress with the top of the knees and the shins. I've got non-neutral shoulder position. I've got my eyes and neck dialed in, but now my shoulder's out of neutral. So again, looking around, most folks have an external keyboard laying somewhere around the house. If not, there's kind of a fire sale on them. So I'll put the keyboard in position. Now I'm feeling better. Except I still have a contact stress right here, and I can feel that after I'm typing for a little while. So I can take a towel, I'll lay it out so that it's about the right width, get myself dialed in here. So I can use, I'm a big fan of using my 10 key, I use that a lot. And this will compress over the course of a day. So every day I tend to realign this or rebuild this back up so that I'm getting kind of nice cushy. I'm a little bit like the Princess and the Pea when it comes to my workstation. It's got to be just right. So, but when I get dialed in with a full neutral positioning, no contact stresses, eyes are level, elbows are level with the keyboard, I can stay and concentrate longer and not be concerned. The other thing is now my mouse is a little bit tricky to get to. So you might, a lot of folks already have a portable mouse. And so you might make use of that. You want your mouse level with the keyboard for speed. This is a productivity thing. So working at a counter, island laptop, all laptops for 95% of the working population, or excuse me, all countertops for 95% of the working population are going to be too low. If you take a look at what happens to my wrist when I reach this, I'm going to open it up. When I reach for this keyboard, my wrist goes into extension in a significant way. And so that will cause that non-neutral position will cause strain on the muscles of the forearm here. So let's elevate this up to get me into a good position. So again, I've just got a box, you know, one of my Amazon delivery boxes here. And this actually is much better position for my forearm. But for my neck, head and neck, it's too low. It is still way too low. So I'm going to need to elevate this monitor. If you have an external monitor, that's the way to go. But if you're just working off the laptop, what you would do is separate the two with an external keyboard. So I'm going to raise the monitor up just a little bit here. And then I'm going to bring my keyboard over and my mouse. And I'm grabbing one other thing that I'm borrowing from my daughter, and that is a clipboard. And I'll show you why in a second. With the keyboard now at good height, the mouse would be too low. And so in order to get this in the right position, I'm going to turn the clipboard part down. I'll just tuck this clipboard up underneath the keyboard here, put the mouse in the right position. Now you can't go leaning on this for obvious reasons, but it is close by for easy access and easy use, right? So head and neck are in a pretty good position here. elbows level with the keys here. Looks good. Mouse is pointing, is about the same. If I needed to, I would also bring my rolled up towel for the wrist pad here. It's better to float above the keys if you can, but this can cause a contact stress and easily fixed with a towel. Okay, so that is working at a countertop. All right, this is a big buildup for all of this, but very effective. The other piece that I wanted to show with you is working at the couch. Not very many, but a couple of you said you do work at a couch. And I'll tell you what you really don't want to do when working at a couch is sit on the edge of the couch, using the coffee table or the footrest, and round the shoulders, round your back, flex your neck, look down, extend your wrist into this non-neutral position, and try to do any kind of work like this. This is really uncomfortable, as I'm sure everybody knows, right off of the get-go. So, you know, what I usually do with the couch is basically replicate my seated position here. And yes, I do work at the couch. I'll use my lumbar roll to get my lumbar comfy here, and then I set the laptop on a pillow. Now you do have to watch if you've got a laptop that's charging and is generating heat. Just kind of pay attention to that. Modern laptops are usually able to handle that kind of thing now, but if that happens, and it has to me, I'll put my clipboard underneath to provide better air circulation under the laptop. But you might say, well, all right, the arms are in good position, but the head and neck are flexed, and it's true, head and neck are flexed down, but it's not working so much against gravity. In fact, I'm going to put this footrest to its true use and make myself comfortable. So you see, I cross my feet, I'll cross and uncross all the time. I'm almost always constantly fidgeting. The other thing I wanted to say is the next position you're going to get into is the best position. You don't want to stay in any one of these for too long. Even if we had you set up in the ideal position, regardless of where you were, it's good to get up and move around pretty regularly.